We had technical difficulties again, but we are back.
Yeah, the point I was going to make, well, let's redo the question. You asked me, how did you know? Did you learn it somewhere? Where I was going to go with the answer to that is it's not scientific. I think it's somewhat instinctual.
Yeah.
And I can tell you what it feels like. You're in a lot of pain because you're a small company and you're doing a bunch of things and you're kind of treading water and you're making a lot of money, but you're letting people down.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't give them the full value that you would give somebody if you had more bandwidth.
Yeah.
So you're rushing from opportunity to opportunity. You're knocking down the targets you have to.
Yeah.
But nothing other than urgent and important things are getting done. And for someone to get a full value from you, you want to be able to do it all. And so when you start to feel that way, and then you have money in the bank that you can invest to scale up, that's when you scale.
Okay, so it's just more, you just sense it from based on the reactions and like your bandwidth, essentially.
Yeah, I think so. We've talked about this before, but if you get to that point where I think I need someone on my team. Dave Ramsey taught me this model. You take all the tasks and you write it on a piece of paper with the most important things at the top all the way down to the things that are least important on the bottom.
Yeah.
Then you draw a line that separates the top 20% tasks from the 80%.
Mm-hmm.
In that 80%, you go through and you eliminate tasks that you're doing just because you've always done them, but they don't add any value. Then you combine some tasks. Some things you're doing twice, you don't really need to do them twice. Just do them once.
Yeah.
So you combine those two tasks together. And then you substitute. Some things I'm doing manually that software can take over for me, right? So you substitute software for a manual task. Then you look to delegate. Well, if you don't have anybody to delegate to, that becomes the job of the person that you hire.
The role.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when you do that, in a perfect world, you take all your 80% tasks, you hand it to a new person, and then you, as the producer, you start working on those top 20% tasks, which are big dollar making activities.
Yeah.
And then that's how you grow your business again. And then you do that for some time and then do the whole exercise all over again.
Thank you. What was it?
Dave
Ramsey?
Yeah, Dave Ramsey.
I was going to say Gordon Ramsay.
No, we're not cooking. No. Dave built an extraordinary company.
Yeah.
I think he's handed it off now, but that's how they delegated. Or that's how they opened up bandwidth for their leaders, as they would go through that exercise. And it's worked for me a number of times in the past.
Well, I'm glad it's and here you are now with multiple successful businesses.
Well, I'm willing to follow a model.
Yeah.
I see people I see people doing things the right way, and I'm willing to follow them.
He lives his life through models, even personal life.
Yeah. I mean, Tony Robbins talked about staying on the shoulders of giants. Just start where they left off. I mean, why work so hard to recreate something from scratch? Just go do what other people are doing that are living a life that you think you want to live.
Mm-hmm.
I just prefer cheat code it. Start where they're at.
Start where they're at, and then just make it your own.
Yeah, totally.
That's what makes you an impressive person. Just making. No, he's of all the people I know, Skylar is the type of person where he'll get it done. He's persistent. He's very intelligent. And one thing that I admire about him is that whenever he sets his mind to something, it's like clockwork. He continuously does it, like this live. Yeah.
Well, you have to exercise discipline, right? Until it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So discipline means saying no to everything else you could do.
Yeah.
To do the thing that you committed to doing.
Yeah.
So I'm very willing to just say no to everything to make sure that we get done what we say we're going to do. So I'm happy to do that.
It's funny that you say that, because this morning during the corporate battlefield, I had my notebook in front of me and I just kept writing down discipline.
Yeah.
It's all about discipline.
Until it turns into habit.
Yeah.
And then habit just takes over.
Yeah.
Right. But you gotta train your brain to say no to things, because we actually love to say yes to opportunity, but you have to say no to more things than you say yes to if you want to be incredibly productive.
Yeah. Well, that kind of
That was corporate battlefield.
Yeah, that was corporate
Yeah.
battlefield. And then I guess you know a little bit more about what's happening with the Austin real estate market from
Yeah, no, I
stats.
just we're starting to get some of the January data out
Yeah.
now that it's February 8th. We won't get the full reports out until middle of the month, but it looks like January's average prices are down 2% compared to last year. And if you look at 2023 as a whole, we're down 8% on value. So maybe a little bit of a slowing down. I was telling you, I mean, certainly drop in price probably has something to do with interest rates increasing the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're back to 7% again, which, you know, we were sure hoping that we wouldn't get back above 8 or 7% again.
Yeah.
But we're at 7 right now, which is still fine.
Yeah.
We can work with that. That's below the highs, much below the highs that we experienced a few months ago. But yeah, you know, we had a little increase and that burst everybody's bubble. So.
Yeah. I had to email one of my clients this morning. She wants to list her house, but the price that she had purchased the home at is higher than what current market value is. So I gave her the data for the comps and I was just like, okay, maybe we need to talk about this because at the end of the day, it might just be better if you just
stay put
for a little bit.
Yeah.
If it's not urgent, if it's not having to move for family crisis matters or job, then it's better just to kind of sacrifice some wants and needs to be able to wait for that to come back up.
If financially that's the top priority.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever aligns to whatever.
If you're miserable, then just pay to get out of that misery. I mean,
it's a premium you pay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with that too, because you know, what's your happiness worth?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, at some point, you know, you'll pay to create happiness. So, you know, so it may make sense to sell at a loss and then just lease for a little while. I mean, it's going to set you back financially.
Yeah.
But you're going to be happy. And, you know, there's some value to happiness. We can't forget that.
Yeah. I mean, she just wants to go and lease from now on. I think home buying just wasn't her thing after this incident.
Yeah. Timing will do that too.
Yeah. Timing. It's all about timing. So hopefully, you know, I want her to make the best decision for herself, but just make sure that I give her the data.
Well, she could lease. She could lease her home and then lease a cheaper place where she wants to be.
Pay a monthly premium.
Yeah, just that monthly living expense could be mitigated that way too.
Yeah, waiting for the price to come back up.
Yeah. She has options, but your job is to help her with those options.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, I don't. It's real estate is an investment that you should enter into with the expectation that 3 to 5 years we're going to be in this thing, and usually with 5 years or so you can withstand any kind of market cycle. Right. At least get back to break even. So I don't know, 5-year hold is what I would plan for, and of course, you know, family crisis happens and things have to be dealt with, but from a planning perspective we always think 5 years.
Agreed. Well, thank you guys for joining our live. We'll be here every Friday at noon Central Time. So make sure to dial back in next week.
If there's anything you want us to talk about, just let us know. I mean, it would make it easier on us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for watching.